Hello, dear students. This is Entrepreneurship 3. I'm Miss Tania Poveda. Remember that we are working on business plan, and that's why I use this picture today, because now you have a better idea of what all these words are according to entrepreneurship. You already know about vision, targets, strategy, location. We are on our way to marketing, and obviously about ideas. It's very important you remember to download the information into your computer so you can check it anytime. So this information is going to be in your emails, or you can check this link whenever you want, okay? So don't forget about that. Today we're going to check something extremely easy for you. Last year, we already studied about market and market research. Do you remember what market is? Good. Do you remember what market research is? Okay, so this is a short review about market and market research, because we are going to start working on the presentation of the proposal of our business idea. So it's very important we understand all these terms and we handle very well techniques about market research, the profile of client, and things like that. So that's why I'm using this information that I already checked with other classes and that we already studied together last year. You did a wonderful job working together about investigation techniques. So I'm sure this is going to be easy and fast for you. Let's continue. So what is a market? And here on the left, we have a very short definition that some of you told me last year after we studied together. Basically, a market is a group of people, possible clients. I know you remember that very well because it was a very easy concept. What it is very important is that when we're talking about entrepreneurship or entrepreneurial process or business plan, when we're talking about market, we're talking about people. We're not talking about the place. It can be a place, yes, like a supermarket, like a store, like a shop. But remember that during an investigation, market is your possible clients, possible users, or your actual users or customers. On the right, we have a definition I took from internet and says that a market is a process and it exists when a group of buyers and sellers communicate to exchange goods and services. Do you see here the word place? No, right? It uses process. They say it's a process. Okay, but what it is more important is that it's a group of buyers and sellers communicating and exchanging goods and services. Last class, we studied what goods and services are. Do you remember what goods are? Touchable products. Do you remember what services are? Untouchable products. Okay, remember that when we talk about products, we're talking about touchable and untouchable products. That's what they buy and sell in a market. And then other definition, we cannot be blind about this, is that a market can exist in one place, yes, or in several places like supermarkets, stores, and shops again. Or my favorite one, and the one we're using right now, it can be virtual. Does it happen to you that now that you're at home, you receive all kinds of messages about people selling food, selling protection gadgets, studying online and all that kind of things? And you receive all that information on Facebook, you receive it on your phone. It's because right now we're using virtual markets, but as a place. Virtual promotions in a virtual market. Okay, because that is what is working right now. Okay, but you already know that. So these are someone's personal notes I wanted to share with you, and someone wrote down this. It's a group of people. We're talking about market, right? It's a group of people who share a purchasing desire, decision, criteria, demographic, psychographic influences, who want certain things the way they want them. So these are the clients. When you want, for example, you order food for lunch, you buy online, now you send a message, hey, I want this for lunch. It's because you desire something the way you want it. You are a consumer, a customer, a buyer, a user, a purchaser, okay? We're learning new vocabulary too. Okay, and what is a research? And this is my favorite question. Do you know other words for research? Last year in class, you told me a lot of words, and I remember most of them, and I include others. So let's check what a research is. Usually it's what you do when you go to Google. You do an internet or an online research because you're looking for something. So here I have two birds talking about the same. What are other words for conduct research? And we have these answers: carry out trials, carry out tests, test, trial, test, do test on, try out, assess, etc. But my favorite one is investigation or looking for. It's a lot easier to remember, and we're probably more used to those words. So the general concept about market research is the process of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data about your target market, consumers, competitors, and the industry as a whole. Now that you're working on a business idea, you are going to be more focused on other information that probably last year you didn't think about. Because last year we were studying the theory, the techniques, and definitions, but now we're going to make it real as much as possible. And here where you're going to investigate other things, for example, competitors. So remember that market research is an investigation about a group of people where you collect, analyze, and interpret information about your target market. You already know what a target is. Your consumers, users, buyers, what else? Customers, and others. Competitors, people with similar products than yours, and the industry as a whole. It depends on your business you belong. It depends, it's going to be the industry too. So this is a general view of types of markets. You can consider national markets or international markets. And I remember that when I was explaining you about mission and vision, when I told you about the vision, I told you it means how much you want to grow. So if you want to grow like only in Ecuador, you are going to consider a national market inside the country. You buy and sell products, or you produce products, touchable or untouchable, and you sell them inside this territory here. So you're going to sell from Guayaquil to Cuenca to Napo to Loja to different places. So that's a national market. When you move your products around the country, only inside the country. Other way to call it, it's local market. So next time that you hear local market, it's not only Guayaquil, it's going to be the whole country. Okay? And when we're talking about international markets, it's when you sell from your country, from Ecuador, to other countries. Any other country. It can be Peru or Colombia, which are very close to us, or it can be further, like Russia, Australia, Canada, Argentina, whatever you want that is outside Ecuador. So these are pretty easy concepts for you now. I can continue knowing and being sure that you understand all those words. Okay, now we have some keywords that you must handle very well. Probably a couple of them are new. Maybe you know all of them or most of them. It's okay. I'm going to explain very fast, but first listen and repeat, okay? So I'm going to read them and then you repeat. It's okay, everybody knows that you're having online classes, so nobody's going to think that you're crazy because you're talking to yourself. This is a class, okay? So don't be ashamed. Listen and repeat. Are you ready? Okay. Audience. Audience. Data. Data. Collection. Collection. Analysis. Analysis. Evaluation. Evaluation. Regulations. Regulations. Foreign. Foreign. Assessment. Assessment. Currently. Currently. Available. Available. Competitors. Competitors. Target. Target. Needs. Needs. Wants. Wants. Potential. Potential. Okay, so I'm pretty comfortable knowing that you know most of them or you understand them. But anyway, I'm going to explain very fast. So audience, remember that we're talking about market research. So all the explanations I'm going to tell you, it's about that. It's about marketing, it's about market research, or about entrepreneurship or business. So audience is the people who's going to listen to your explanation or is going to watch your publicities. So possible consumers, people who are listening and seeing, watching your product. Data. Data is a collection of information. So let's suppose that right now I have all your homework in my Educai and I have all your grades ready, which are not yet. So all that information together is considered data. Usually for data information or for data, you use Excel in Microsoft. You use Excel usually, or other number programs, but it's basically numbers. Well, collection, it's pretty much the same. It's the same in Spanish, very similar. It's when you gather things, you collect information. Analysis, it's the mental process that you're going to use when you have information. So you're going to study and get conclusions. Evaluation and assessment are the same. I can use assessment or I can use evaluation or test. So when you have an exam, as we say here in Ecuador, I can tell you you're having an assessment or you're having an evaluation. So it's an instrument, it's a tool to know or to evaluate or to assess or to test the knowledge. Regulations. Last year, if I'm not wrong, or maybe 2 years ago, we studied about government regulations. Basically, it's about the constitution or about the law. As we are working on business and we have to do everything legal, we have to make sure that we are working according to the Ecuadorian regulations. Foreign means that belongs to other place. If I go to United States right now, I'm going to be a foreigner. Or if I buy American shoes, I'm buying foreign shoes. So it's an adjective to say that something belongs to other place. Currently means right now, nowadays, currently. So what's going on in Ecuador currently? Or what's going on in Ecuador nowadays? So what is happening right now? That's the meaning of currently. Available. Available means that you, in this case, we're talking about products, means that you have the product. When something is available, means that you have it. And usually you use this word when you are buying online. So you can check on the cart or on the website if the product is available or not anymore. Also, when we're talking about time, like, are you available to have this class in the afternoons? Like, do you have time? Or you go to a store and you say, do you have this product available? So in existence? Competitors are other companies selling similar products or the same. Well, I'm not sure about the same actually, but extremely similar products to yours. So that person is going to compete with your product. Target. Well, in a market, your target is that piece of the market that you are sure that are going to buy your products or the competitor's product. So it's basically the profile of your client. Needs, it's the noun for to need, for the verb to need. So other word for needs could be necessities. And wants is the noun for the verb to want. So your desires, things that you want. And potential is what you think that something can grow, that something can improve and be better. Like, I know you have the potential to start a good and new business and make it grow because you're smart, because you have the tools, because you are learning, so you have a very high potential. Okay, so those are keywords that we're going to use, especially here in this explanation. So this picture is the whole process during a market research. As we can see, there are only 5 steps, which is not difficult. What do you do first? You start collecting information, or the first step, data collection, numbers. You're going to use a technique, survey, focus group, product testing, etc. The one you need according to the market. So first you have data collection. Then you're going to data processing. So you check on all the information you have and you choose this is useful, this is not useful, this is unnecessary, for example. And then you classify the information, because when you go to analysis, which is number 3, you have to use only the information that you really need and accurate to the market and to the product that you are selling to. Then you go to information evaluation. So you gather to other people, you gather to your team, and evaluate the information. Remember that something very important about market research is that you are going to take decisions. So not always your product is going to be accepted by the market. It can happen the opposite. Maybe the market can reject the product. And you have to be ready, and it's okay, because that's what market research is for, to take decisions. So you decide if you continue or not. If you decide not to continue because according to the market is rejecting your product, it's okay. You only waste money on these 3 steps, which is much better than losing money on the whole process. So let's suppose that everything is okay, that your product is accepted and you have to improve some things, etc., etc. So finally, you go to your client and present the product, goods or services. Okay? Easy, right? These are some questions that you can use during a market research. This we didn't study last year. This is like a very specific, so now we can use them. Last year we didn't need them because we were studying theory, but now that we're working on a business plan, we might need them. Remember something. These questions are for you. You answer the questions, you write down the answers, but you don't need, when you write a business plan, you don't need to write question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. No, because that's for other people. You know, like that's for a homework, for example. But in your case, that you are becoming professionals soon, you need to know all these answers on your head, on your computer. Use information to work, but you don't need to answer this like it is a homework, okay? So you have to make sure about this. Who are my target audience? What do they need? What are their wants? Which geographies have sales potential? So which places? What can be the distribution channel? We're going to learn about this soon. Why they will need or want my product? And here it says product and services, but actually product can be also service. You know this. It should say my good or service. Who will be our competitors? How's the market environment? What can I do to make my product and service more attractive? What are the government rules and regulations in my target market? What is the best entry strategy for my target market? And this is basically step number 4 in a business plan, which is testing and launching. Okay, we're going to read 2 cases about market research, how it can be used. So this is case number 1. We, foreign manufacturer, want to know if there is a market in India for electronic products which operate on alternative energy systems. Can you tell us? So without reading the solution that is right here in the screen, without reading, do you think that if you, as an Ecuadorian company, can sell electronic products to India? But these electronic products are different because they operate on alternative energy systems. So this is a solution, because remember, you have to know the market. So you have to know if there is someone buying or producing or working with this alternative energy system. So after the market research, this is the solution. In this case, an opportunity assessment study will be conducted to find out if there is a market in India for targeted products. Example, products which operate on alternative energy systems. Okay. So this is not after the investigation, this is before the investigation. So what you have to do first if you want to sell these products to India is to know if they use it. If there's people who's going to buy that kind of products. Because it's something new. So probably some people don't know it or are afraid to try something new. So you have to make sure they buy it. If they do, you sell it and good luck. This is case number 2. I have a product which is superior to the products currently available in the market. It's much better, so it's than the others. Can you test and tell me if consumers also think so? So this has something to do with the perception of the market. So can you tell if you think your product is better, but what about the market? Do they know it? Do they think so? So this is the solution. In this case, a product testing study will be conducted to find out how the targeted product fares in the market against its competitors. So you do your market research and find out the perception of the consumers or users against the perception of the competitors' products. You see? So now let's think about you and your business idea. Usually I work this in groups, like 2, 3, 4 students together. But because of distance and because I know it's kind of hard to work in groups nowadays or currently, I decide to do it individually. So let's think about you and your business idea. What is the market for your product? So what's your product? And according to that, who are the consumers? Who are the users? And this is other question that I know you know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway so we can remember. Can we use the same investigation technique for all markets? Like if I'm going to study the market in India, can I use the same market investigation technique in Ecuador? What's the answer? Can I use a survey in children or maybe blind people? Can I use observation with everybody? Focus group? Yes or no? No. Not all markets are the same. Market structure is based on 2 factors: differentiated or identical products, number of firms or companies, easy of entry into and exit from the market. So you don't use the same technique for every market. You have to know the market and then choose the best investigation technique. That's it for today. Thank you very much for your attention. This was only a review of what we studied last year, but this is going to be part of your business plan. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. See you next week.